I want you guys to imagine doing something that you love. Almost the one thing that you love doing most. Be something that you enjoy, something that you look forward to. Now imagine you can't do it correctly. You fail repeatedly no matter how much you do it. This was something that happened to me when I was a baseball player. I played baseball for 13 years of my life, and it was a huge aspect of my childhood. Now that I no longer play, I'm able to look back on everything and realize what baseball has taught me. So let me tell you about the first time that I failed. When I was 12 years old, I was a very good hitter. I was someone that the team relied on, and I was very well respected in the dugout. Then, all of a sudden, I hit a massive slump. I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat. On top of this happened during the biggest tournament of the year. I was in a tough spot mentally and wasn't sure what to do. I remember sitting in the dugout with my hands on my head, wondering where it all gone wrong. This is when a coach talked to me. He told me that baseball is a game of failure and that the best only succeed 3 times out of 10. He told me that being in a slump now doesn't define me as a player. Rather, what defines me is how I recover from the slump and bounce back. This was something that I carried for the rest of my time playing baseball and was one of the most valuable lessons I learned in life. However, baseball isn't just an individual sport. During my later years in the sport, I transitioned into a pitcher. I pitched tons of innings during high school, tons of innings during travel ball, and I was one of the top guys. But this doesn't mean I was the best teammate. I was a real asshole. Now, when I was pitching, the hitter would hit a ground ball to the infield. This was normal, and you normally expect the grounder to field the ball and then throw it to first base. However, the issue came when an infielder made an error. The correct thing for me to do as a pitcher would just be to forget about it and get the next guy out. However, this isn't what I did. I remember every little error, and I'd let people know in the dugout what mistakes they made, very disrespectfully. This is something that got me in trouble so many times that I never really learned from it. What I learned is that when I was encouraging, had my teammates back, and showed that I was there for people, that's when the team's morale was higher, and that's when players succeeded. And that's when the team got better. In baseball, you're going to get frustrated with yourself and others. However, it's essential to cooperate with other people for the greater good of the team. No matter how much you want to say something, you need to put the team first and not yourself. Now, the most important lesson I learned in baseball is that baseball is a reflection of life. I remember very vividly during my junior year travel season, losing a game that we really shouldn't have lost. We were miles better than the other team, and everybody could see that. I remember sitting in the post-game huddle and seeing the pure look of despair on everyone's faces. My coach then asked us if we had heard the phrase, "the game knows." We all looked at each other and shook our heads. He told us that the game knew today. We didn't have any respect, had no intention, and lacked purpose, and that the game knows who works hard, who shows up, and who deserves to win. We all then knew that we were disrespecting the game by what we did in practice, how we walked on the field, acted in the dugout, and carried ourselves on and off the field. I immediately realized this was a true reflection of life. Much like baseball, life knows who's working hard and who's respecting themselves and others. If you don't do these things, life will put you on your ass and humble you, much like baseball. When I realized this, I realized how much I'd grown as a person. Baseball's taught me how to keep my head up and recover, work and cooperate with others, and especially taught me that the game of life knows. Because much like baseball, if you give things and people the respect it deserves, it'll respect you. The game knows.